So it's all to play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Which just looks like we're the best team in Europe, Paddy, doesn't it? Welcome everybody to Aston Villa 3, Young Boys 0, and it could have been Aston Villa any number. Young Boys 0. Well, it could have been Aston Villa 5. Young Boys 0, I suppose, really, but for some dodgy handball decisions. But a routine enough night out in Bern, first day out in the Champions League, and I think absolutely every Aston Villa fan must be chuffed with that, and in some ways breathing sighs of relief that we didn't get any injuries that we know of, albeit that we did have Ollie Watkins with a strapping afterwards. But yeah, really good to see that. Really nice professional performance, and pity the 2 goals were ruled out, but we still won 3-0, and a nice foray into Europe, I think, to start, Paddy.
Well, look, it was a nice easy one to start. That's the important part. We got 3 points on the board. A little bit pissed off with some of the decisions, but at the end of the day, it's very hard to be pissed off getting a 3-0 win away from home in the Champions League to start off with. Special word for a special player. We lost our number 8 yesterday, and our number 8 did us proud today. What a player Youri Tielemans is. He's just a joy to watch. Absolute joy to watch. Just makes the heart warm to see how good of a player we have in our hands. We have an embarrassment of riches, and if we can keep everybody fit, we are going to fly in this competition. We will get to the knockout stages the way we're playing, and we will take scalps in this Champions League. But job done tonight. Tough first half for a couple of people, but got through it. Just incredible stuff, and yeah, 3 points on the board. It's all we wanted, really, wasn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. And yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said there. Youri Tielemans fitting that our number 8 scores after the week that we've had as a club, I suppose, really, you know, with Gary Shaw and all that. But he was absolutely brilliant today. Youri Tielemans was absolutely brilliant, and I think there was a lot of players, I think, that were really good. And look, we mentioned it before, and as well, you know, Lamar Bogart had a tough opening, 20 minutes, half an hour, and I think the right decision was made at halftime to get Diego Carlos on. But apart from that, I think everybody looked like they were just sailing through a lot of that game, which is brilliant to see, because there's one thing about having good players in your team and being in Europe, and almost having that kind of, how will I put it, that imposter syndrome, that feeling like, oh, we're a bit of a fraud here. Now, obviously, the opposition we were up against here, we would have known that we have a better conglomerate of players there. But our players were in that game tonight, and they looked every inch. That confidence that they had that confidence that they could. Once they got 1 goal, they knew that they were going to win this game, and that's what happened. And you know, to be able to bring on the likes of, like, the Champions League experience that Ross Barkley has, the Champions League experience that Ian Matson has, bringing on Emi Buendia, bringing on John Duran, who absolutely scores one of the best ruled out goals I think I've seen since Paul McGrath's won that time. It was an absolute cracker. But look, that was the way that one went. But like the talent in this team and the experience in this team is going to have a massive say as we go on in the Champions League. And, you know, to be able to play with your head held high throughout the majority of that game today, and almost be frustrated with some of the decisions the referee had. Like, you see John McGinn turned around, gave out to the referee a couple of times. A couple of the VAR decisions for the goals were a bit nonsense. I know you'll probably speak about those in a moment, Paddy, but yeah, listen, look, 3 points, 3 goals, and nobody injured that we know of so far. Massively positive outing, and a huge feather in the cap for Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's hard not to be positive. But just remember, those decisions that went against us, if they go against us when we're playing Juventus or Bayern Munich, the outcome could be completely different. It's not our fault that they're a poor side. I've no idea why Ollie Watkins have showed us nothing conclusive to say that he handled the ball.
No.
And they were absolutely adamant. They didn't call the referee over like they did for Duran's one, which was obviously a handball, but why you go back 70 yards in a move because the referee is blind? He was standing right beside it. How he missed it, I don't know. But even PGMOL told us when VAR came in, when Virgil van Dijk handled the ball on the halfway line and played the ball forward and Liverpool scored from it, they told us that they wouldn't be bringing VAR back that far. But there you go. So they the rules that are implemented by different people. So rules, laws, whatever the fuck you call them, they're an ass. And if there was a clear and obvious handball in there to rule out Ollie Watkins' goal, show us the fucking replay, because it's poor. I'm not getting bogged down on them decisions because we did enough to go and boss the game and score 3 legitimate goals, maybe 5 legitimate goals. There was a couple of questionable things went on. I was a bit annoyed at the celebration of John Duran. That's another thing he has to take out of his game. The game is not about the opposition. Jacob Ramsey too, shushing the opposition. Go and celebrate with your friends. You've just scored a Champions League goal. Go and enjoy it. Enjoy every second of it. You might not get another opportunity to do this. We love it. But don't be shushing the opposition fans or jumping up in front of the opposition fans. Our fans are sitting in that stadium and need to get home safely. We don't want to be inciting any crowd. So someone needs to have a word in their shells and sort that bit out, because this should be all about us, not about anybody else. And a special mention to their fans. They were never in the game, yet their fans were brilliant for the whole 90 minutes. You could hear them all the way throughout. It was absolutely phenomenal. Brilliant atmosphere. We barely hear our guys because they were so loud. But yeah, and we've come out relatively unscathed, as you said. I would say the ice is just on Ollie Watkins as a precaution. Didn't see any kick or nick. I'd be more worried about the I was going to call it a stamp, but it was just a late challenge that landed on Jacob Ramsey's foot, given he had 2 metatarsal breaks, hasn't he? So
yeah,
I didn't want another one.
2, yeah.
I didn't want another one of them. So hopefully he's okay. You touched on Bogard. He was up against a really tough customer. Didn't have his best night and rightly hooked, as you say. Glad they did a sensible thing and took him out of the firing line there. If he's not ready, he's not ready, but he will be ready because he's got the best coaching behind him.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I also have to give, look, this, and we'll talk about it an awful lot, but I think this partnership of, sorry, there's massive echoes coming through your microphone, Paddy, or somewhere. Oh, it's just turned it off there. Turn back on your echo. No, I didn't. I thought I turned off your echo cancellation or turned it back on again, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that combination between Onana and Tielemans is just going to be so pivotal as the year goes on. It really is, like genuinely. And look, Douglas Luiz is playing, is a fantastic player, but are we really missing Douglas Luiz currently after the 5 games that we've played so far this season? 5 games we've played so far this season. Are we really missing Douglas Luiz? Did the club really take a look at what we had and go, he's saleable, we don't want to lose him, we know he's good, but we do have Yuri there, and Unai, can you make Yuri Tielemans make up for what Douglas Luiz has left or will leave us with? And Unai said, "Yeah, bring it on." And look, I suppose the reason I bring that up is that, and look, we'll have an opportunity to see if it is 100% true when we play them later on in the competition. But after 4 games, Yuri Tielemans has been our best player. Amadou Onana has been absolutely fantastic for Villa in the main. He didn't have a great first half against Everton and was taken off as well. That just goes to show that if you're not having a good game, Unai Emery will take you off at half time. But Onana then comes back today. I think he played really well and absolutely stuck one in the back of the net. Like, you can't get closer to the post than that shot was. Obviously had a word with John Duran before the game and said, "Yeah, I'm going to do one of those, except I'm going to put it low, and you did yours high. So we'll see whose is better." And another cracking finish, absolutely another cracking finish. So those 2 guys are so important. They really are. And you know what? A special mention as well for John McGinn. He did a ton of work today. Ty did a ton of work on that right hand side today. Probably did even more of it when Bogard went off, and he did it in the second half. But I think John McGinn playing out of position on that right hand side will give you absolutely every inch in or every ounce of energy he has, and he definitely did tonight. I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, can't argue with any of that. Yeah, talk about Duran's finish as well. What a brilliant finish! Started the ball on the outside of the post, brought it back in. Just to pick up a yellow card and have it chalked off, it's just a pain in the ass. But,
and that's the thing, he gets a yellow card, then VAR get involved.
Yeah, that's why we got to be clever. We got to be clever. We got to be talking to him and talking him down off that stupidity, because like as I said, our fans need to get out of there and get out of there safely. And you don't know what inciting the crowd can do. Just and it's not. Despite all that, neutral, Teddy. I know. But despite all that, as we get into the business end of this, if he picks up another yellow card, you're on the verge of suspensions for something as stupid as that. It's absolutely pointless. So, but anyway, enough of the negativity, because we were brilliant tonight, absolutely brilliant. Couple of, as you say, questionable things. Carlos and of course Bogard, I thought weren't the best tonight. But we saw it through and never looked in grave danger. At 2-0, I did say we needed another one to settle it down. We got the other one eventually, but it's just one of those leads that I hate Villa having is 2-0. So to add the third one was great.
Absolutely, yeah. Paddy, are you looking forward to any other matches tonight? Any other Champions League games tonight?
I could not even tell you who's playing tonight. That's how much I give a shiny shite about anything else. All I've been living for was tonight's game, and every game that I can nearly tell you the kickoff time and every date of every game that we're going to play in this Champions League, and nothing else matters to me now. Like I might not even watch one of the games that's on later on. I would have watched Juventus because we've got to play them, but they were playing at the same time. They won 3-1, which means we're still top of the league.
Yeah.
So a goal difference, but I'm joking, but I would be tempted now to go in and watch that game again now, just to relax and enjoy it a bit more, especially the first half.
Yeah. In hindsight, for a game like that would be 2020. We pick up an awful lot of it, and look, as I say, Look, we can't really go into too much with regards to that game. Villa owned the game. They bossed it for the majority of it, save for maybe the first 10, 12 minutes. Definitely once they got their first goal. Actually, I want to talk about their second goal. Like, sometimes we think we have it bad in defense at times, trying to play out from defense. That was absolutely bonkers stuff that they did, that the young boys did, playing out from defense. And then Ollie Watkins gets a boot. I think maybe that's why he had the ice on afterwards, because that was quite a hefty boot he got from the goalkeeper there when he nicked it away from him. Yeah. And then Jacob Ramsey's finish was actually brilliant. He goes right across the player.
It was very fucking lucky, if you ask me.
It was very lucky, yeah. But look at what we have to say. If he's very lucky to get it in by the post at that side, then I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he meant it. But because I was laughing.
The bizarre thing is, with that goal, I think there was more chance that Ollie handled the ball on the ground in the scoring of that goal than there was of him handling the ball and scoring his own goal. That's how minimal they may have done.
They checked for handball countless times. I'd say it must have been 5 times tonight, and they checked for penalties. They checked for some ridiculous penalties that were never penalties, and that would have been penalties for us as well. So there was one handball that came clearly off a fella's chest that they checked, and that was when the commentary team on TNT were saying, "Oh, this could be a penalty. It's gone yellow, and as we know, when it goes yellow, that means there's a higher chance." And you look at it, and it clearly just hits him in the chest. It was nowhere near his head. But
why did you watch TNT Sports? Seriously, why would you put yourself through listening to fucking Rio Ferdinand? Seriously,
because who was on Virgin Media, Paddy?
Didn't matter. It wasn't Rio Ferdinand, and it wasn't Jim Beglin, so it's fine.
Yeah, was Brian Kerr on? I might have taken a hacksaw to the side. I might have taken a hacksaw to the side of my neck if not Brian Kerr.
Brian Kerr was on half time.
Was he?
Half-time duties, not during the match. It was forget his name. Plays for Burnley. Dublin lad was on co-coms. Nothing to really to report apart from he was calling Mattison.
That's okay.
Um,
No, Rio Ferdinand.
and the commentator did call someone who was sitting behind Nassif Suarez the owner of Aston Villa, and called Nassif Suarez the owner of Young Boys of Bern. So that was a little bit bit weird. Someone just mentioned Ali McCoy. Don't tell me you had Ali McMoist on commentary as well, did you?
McCoist was good, but Ferdinand was rubbish. Ferdinand didn't have a clue. He tried to bluff off he knew who Aston McPhee was, and it was as clear as day. He hadn't a notion who Aston McPhee was, not a clue. And he went on a bit of a soliloquy about Amadou Onana and about what he always thought he needed to have coming from Everton. And it was a word salad of nonsenseness. It really was. But look, that's what you get from Rio Ferdinand. I just find him such a difficult listen. The only reason I had it on, Paddy, was because my 100% legal system that I watch it here in my office, I didn't have access to Virgin Media on it. So that's to answer the question on that one. But yeah, look, Ferdinand is grand. Look, as I say, a lot of people like him, a lot of people dislike him. He just sometimes just needs to not talk. He doesn't have to have an opinion and everything or make it up. He's when he's telling lies, like when he's trying to bluff it, and it's as obvious as sin.
I would much prefer to eat a curry sauce covered ball of my own shite than listen to them two fucking idiots. No, that's being totally honest with you. Ruining my enjoyment of Champions League football that Aston Villa are in for the first time in 41 years. No, thank you. Absolutely no way was I doing that.
Get on Shaka Hislop and the boys on some US channel instead, Paddy. That's what you'll have to do. Anyway, look, we're going to leave it at that. It's a much shorter one today, guys, because as I said, it was pretty routine. There was a lot of it was all positive, really. It was, I think. There's no point being negative with anything there. No point even just nitpicking with regards to certain things, because look, that's job done out to Burn on a plastic pitch. No injuries that we know of. 3-0 win, could have been 5-0 win. The fans are going to enjoy the living daylights out of that, and I wish they do. And I pray they all get home safe and sound afterwards. And we'll do it all again next week, Paddy, against Bayern Munich, and that's going to be the beautiful thing about it, isn't it?
Not for a couple of weeks. We've a couple of weeks rest.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So Max Hunter, yes, you're dead right. And he's going, Neil, the giveaway, don't forget it. That's what I was building up to. That's what I was talking about Bayern Munich. But I am going to give away another 5 entries into the
While you're setting that up, I just want to give a big shout out to a man from Catterick in North Yorkshire who arrived into the Limerick Lions meetup on Saturday. His name is Dave Lacey. He listens to the podcast all the time.
He does. That's his name. There he is. There he is, Paddy.
There he is, Dave. I didn't even see him. Where did that come up? Well, great to meet Dave. He listens to the podcast. Came in on Saturday while he was on his holidays in Limerick, and had a few beers with us. Not sure his wife Barbara was too impressed with my choice language at the officials on Saturday. But anyway, we had a laugh, and it was good to meet him. So fair play to you, Dave.
Good stuff. Absolutely.
Him, right?
And
there he is.
Yeah, that's him. All right. So I just want to share this up, guys. This is what I'm giving away some entries to. It is on footballprizes.co.uk. Basically, entry and entries finish up on this coming Friday, the 20th of September at 7:30. But it's entry for hospitality tickets for Villa versus Bayern Munich. We gave away 5 this morning: to Dean, to Sniff Rat, to William, to John Griffin, and to Kevin Jenny's. Sorry, I probably butchered your name. Genies. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. You guys can't win another entry. It's one winner per entry. So with that, Paddy, pick a number between this time. Wait a minute. We'll just start it here. Pick a number between 1 and 10, Paddy.
3.
Scott Taggart, you're in the list.
Boy, Scott.
Scotch, you're forever here. Well done. Picking number between 10 and 20.
11.
Andy Badger. I had to count. I was there going, wait a minute. How do I count from 10 to 11? Is the next one down? It's been one of those days. Andy Badger. By the way, lads, what I'm doing is I'm going to put in your names as they were on. This might be difficult if they're going to look for actual names. I'll put them in as. Do you know what I'll actually do? I'll put them in and I'll assign them to ticket numbers, and there that way then I can give the tickets to whoever if we do win. Anyway, Paddy, go for between 20 and 30.
23.
Where are we? Chris Skal. CHRISSKAL.
There you go.
There we go. Chris Skal. Pick a number between 30 and 40, Paddy.
33.
Jesus, it's always with the trees, Paddy. Now, this is where it gets difficult. Oh, this is where it gets difficult. We just have a fella by the name of LG. That could be Liam Gallagher. That could be anyone. I should really have thought this one through. If anybody follows me, if anybody that's won something else follows me and has a different name in on YouTube and wants to DM me at For the Love of Paul McGrath on Twitter, or else send me their name on For the Love of Paul McGrath at gmail.com, that might make it easier as well, because I certainly didn't think through the monikers for that one. But LG, if you want to send me an email at For the Love of Paul McGrath at gmail.com, that would be absolutely brilliant. And same for anybody else who's won. And last one then, Paddy, is go for between 40 and 50.
44. Just to leave out the number 3 again.
3, 4. Matthew Maguire. Matthew Maguire. So that's the 5 guys that are going to win.
Is that the 5?
Pop in entries. That's the 5 for here, and then there was 5 this morning as well. 5 earlier on, should I say. So that's 10 people. That's 10 entries. You guys can enter yourselves if you want. Tickets cost $3.95. As you can see there, there's 157 tickets still available. So good odds. Well, decent enough odds that you might get pulled out. All you got to do is go to footballprices.co.uk, click on the participate now piece, and then you can buy your ticket for hospitality, 2 hospitality tickets, should I say, to Aston Villa versus Bayern Munich. One thing I must say as well, this is another thing, and I should have mentioned this, is obviously if you're not in the UK, they will not be able to transfer the tickets to you. So I really should have thought that through beforehand as well. But we'll come towards all those vagaries and all the T's and C's there. We'll sort it out. We'll sort out something. If you are drawn out, we'll sort it out. We'll sort out something. We'll get a prize to you somewhere, maybe get you a shirt or something if you're outside of the country. We'll get you a shirt with your choosing on it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out anyway afterwards.
Neil, just one more thing before we go. While I did say their fans were excellent tonight, the Young Boys Club as a whole should be commended for the lovely tribute to Gary Shaw on the screen before the game. Fair play to them. They didn't need to. It wasn't the UEFA directive, but absolutely class to have it up there. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
Excellent. Yeah, I think so too. That's well said, Paddy. They did have a little bit of a round of applause as well on the 8th minute too, for Gary Shaw. So look, very knowledgeable about what went on with Aston Villa, and there didn't seem to be any animosity. It seemed to be proper football fans, and you can only commend that, because as we know too well from last year, when you've got Legia Warsaw fans coming across and throwing ketchup at you and mayonnaise and stuff, it's nice to get on with a cordial set of fans, and that's what it seems to be. So hopefully, as I say, everybody gets home safe and sound that was over there as well.
100%.
Excellent. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking there to see. Oh, AC Milan are 1-0 up against Liverpool, it says. Right, so I think we're going to leave it at that, everyone. But we'll probably be back again. Well, there's no probably. We'll be back again on Thursday night. We do have something special coming up tomorrow night. We are upping our coverage of the women's team in this coming season. Paddy and his son Stephen did some pieces on it last year, and we've hopefully drafted in some more people as well. You won't be seeing my ugly mush on it. So if you don't like me whatsoever, this is the podcast for you. If you dislike me, this is your time to shine. This is the one that you will subscribe for, because I won't be anywhere near it. Paddy, we have a piece coming out tomorrow with Paddy and the one for Freya and Emily, who joined Paddy to chat through a preview of Aston Villa women's team for the upcoming year. So, please support it. Please get involved with it if you do. Just like it was the men's podcast as well, because I've got a funny feeling the women's team are going to do some good stuff this year. They've made some really good signings, and we're one club with one ambition, and that's to win both the leagues that we're in and every cup competition we're in. So we're going to be upping that coverage over the course of the year as well this year, and I hope you'll be along for the ride for the Aston Villa women's team as well. So that'll be available tomorrow at roughly around midday for everybody to watch as well. I think that does it, Paddy. I think that does it.
We're up and running. We've 3 points on the board. We've a clean sheet. Relatively unscathed out of this. Brilliant. Brilliant for everybody that was there tonight, that waited all their lives, that went home and away for so many years to build up the history to be there tonight. I hope they all have a magical night and aren't too ripped off by the Swiss prices of beer. But I'm sure if there's a way of finding a way around it, they'll find it.
Exactly. I'm sure they will. Duty free probably was hitting the way over, so that'll be fine. Right, so we're going to leave it at that, everybody. Hope you enjoy your night. If you're going watching more football, just remember Aston Villa are the best team in Europe currently as it stands. We all already knew that beforehand, but we've got confirmation of it so far for the next 90 minutes. But in the meantime, we will be back tomorrow with the women's podcast. Thursday we'll be doing a preview of the Dingles and Villa game, and then we will be on with Team Sheet Tantrums and post-match podcasts as well at the weekend. So the fun doesn't stop here at For the Love of Paul McGrath Towers. So go away and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.